Oops, it looks like I just shut my video off, so this video looks like it's going to be in two parts. And we are going to continue with what we were doing. So I actually went to go get my actually went to go and get two of my vocabulary cards. And the reason that I did that is because I need us, oops, there goes my alarm clock just reminding me that it is 7:30. I am going to be talking about the dollar sign today and also the decimal point, because this first problem, or problem number 4 on this page, is going to involve using a dollar sign and a decimal point. So you might want to get your vocabulary cards out. So when we use the dollar sign tells us that we have more than 100 pennies, and in this case the dollar sign always comes at the beginning of your value. The cent sign comes at the end of your value, the dollar sign comes at the beginning of your value. We also have a decimal point. The decimal point is used to divide the whole dollars from the cents. So we're going to be seeing that in our first problem here as we count our quarters. I'm putting my value at the top of each quarter, 25, 25, 25, 25, and I also see that I have an Arizona quarter and an Alabama quarter, and we're going to do that skip counting by 25s. 25, 50, 75, $1. Whenever I have 100 cents, I am going to not show it as 100 cents. You could, but we usually don't. Instead, now that we have an entire dollar made up of 100 pennies, we are now going to show it as $1. And when we say the word, when we have a decimal point, we're going to say the word and. $1.00. $1.00. So that little decimal point there is the word and. Now you'll remember when we very first started talking about how you read numbers, that you needed to be very careful that you didn't read standard numbers as 125. We always said, don't say 125. We'll learn about what you should be saying a little bit later. Now you need to use the word and. So we're using the word and anytime we come to a decimal point. So $1.00. $1.00. Don't forget to put your dollar sign in. Your dollar sign needs to come at the beginning of your counting or the beginning of your value. So it would be a good idea to keep those vocabulary cards handy so that you can remember what we talk about when we're talking about the dollar sign and what we're talking about when we talk about the decimal point, which when we say that decimal point, we say the word and. Okay, we don't get to say it when we're reading standard numbers, but when we're reading money or decimals, we are going to use the word and. All right, let's come down to our next problem. So it looks like we've got a quarter, a dime, a dime, a dime, and a dime. 25, 10, 10, 10, and 10. So 25, up 10 to 35, up 10 to 45, up 10 to 55, up 10 to 65. 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. And notice when I write my total value that my cent sign comes after the number or after the value. So dollar sign comes before the value, cent sign comes after the value. Okay, continuing on with our next problems. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 2 quarters, and 3, 4 nickels. All right, so a value of 25, a value of 25, a value of 5, 5, 5, and 5. So let's start counting. 25 up 25 puts me at 50. From 50 up 5 to 55. From 55 up 5 to 60. From 60 up 5 to 65. And from 65 up 5 to 70. With my cent sign, because I don't have a whole dollar yet, my cent sign coming at the end of my value. All right, let's take a look now at our next counting pattern. We are going to be doing a quarter for 25 cents, a nickel for 5, another nickel for 5, and 3 pennies with a value of 1 penny each. So starting on 25, ready, and 25 up a nickel, which is 5, puts us up to 35, up another 5. Excuse me, let me try that again. We're starting at 25, up a nickel to 30, up another nickel to 35, up another penny to 36, up another penny to 37, up another penny to 38, with my total value being 38 cents, and my cent sign coming at the end of the value. Then we have add, and remember at any time you can always pause the video if I am going too fast for you. So Ed's coin has the same value as 5 pennies and 4 nickels. What is his coin? So when I wrote my picture for this, I started with the coin that has the greatest value, which in this case would be the nickels. So I drew 1, 2, 3, 4 nickels, and I put the value inside that coin so that I could see it. Because the nickel is a little bit larger than the penny, I tried to show that by drawing my pennies a little smaller. And I have 5 pennies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I am going to count. A nickel is 5, up 5 to 10, up 5 to 15, up 5 to 20, up 1 to 21, up 1 to 22, up 1 to 23, up 1 to 24, up 1 to 25. So the coin that I am looking for is a quarter, and I hope you drew a picture of that quarter as well. So it also has a value of 25 cents. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next page. These were the little riddles that you needed to do. So we were making connections, and it says I have the same value as 5 pennies. What coin am I? I hope you said a nickel. I have the same value as 25 pennies. I hope you said a quarter. And I have the same value as 2 nickels. I hope you said a dime. And I have the same value as 5 nickels. I hope that you said a quarter. So you used quarter twice, you used dime once and nickel once, and you did not use the penny, because a penny has a value of 1 cent and you can't make that. I mean, unless you have a penny. We don't have half cents, so there you go. Now let's come down and take a look at Tom, who gave these coins to his brother. We have 2 quarters for 25 value each, and we have 3 nickels. So make sure you always put that value at the top of those coins as you get ready to count. 25, up 25 to 50. From 50, I'm counting up 5 to 55, up 5 to 60, and from 5 up to 65, which he gave his brother 65 cents. Now please remember that you are skipping the exit ticket. Do not do the exit ticket just yet. I hope that you haven't, because I will not be giving you the answers to the exit ticket. That will need to be something that you send to your teacher after we get finished correcting. So format is just a little bit different now that we're working on money and time, and then we'll go back to Eureka when we get finished with this. What is the total value of this group of coins? I've got a quarter. Looks like I have a Florida quarter there, 2 nickels, and 1 penny. I have remembered to put my value at the top, and so should you. 25 up 25 gives me 50. Up 5 from 50 puts me at 55. Up 5 from 60 puts me at up 5 from 55 puts me at 60. And up 1 penny puts me at 61. And I am being very careful to make sure that I am putting my cent sign after the value. How did you do on your odd coins? Remember, whatever number your number ends with will determine whether it is an odd number or an even number. So remember even numbers. I'm going to write this down again because we really haven't done a lesson on it. We should have, but we haven't yet. So even numbers end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Oop, I need to put my commas in. I'm an even number. Great. Okay, and odd numbers are always going to end with 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. I'm an odd number all the time. So 8 can't be an odd number because it ends with an 8. 14 can't be an odd number because it ends with a 4. 17, that's looking good to me. 22 cannot be an odd number because it ends with a 2, but because 17 ends with a 7 right there, it is an odd number. I hope that you got that correct, and you'll probably see more of those problems as we go along through Go Math. So this was an easy problem of Kai having 4 points and Gail scoring 7 points. How many points did they score altogether? This, of course, is your 36's basic facts. 4 plus 7 is 11 points, and you should not be missing those. Not at all. You should not be missing those. Oh, dear. Anyway, here we go. Now let's take a look at this one. There were 382 chairs in the music hall. Write a number that is greater than 382. And I'm going to tell you the first number that is larger than 382 is 383. 383, and anything all the way into infinity would count as a correct answer. So if you had 384 or 385 or 386 or 387, or if you had 390, all the way to infinity would be a correct answer. But if you have anything less than 382, it would be wrong. Hopefully you got that correct. Now we were going to use word numbers or word form to write 61. 60 hyphen 1. We have our tens represented with a hyphen and then representing our ones. 60 hyphen 1. If you left that hyphen out, you need to make sure that you put it in. The hyphen separates the tens from the ones. So 60 hyphen 1. And you only do that when you're adding the ones. You don't do that like in 573. You would only use that hyphen on the ones. So 61 or 61, standard form and word form, which is what we have done. All right, with that, my friends, you are now ready to work the exit ticket. You are going to now work the exit ticket, and you are going to send all 4 of those problems to your teacher. So there you go, and hopefully you're practicing counting coins above and beyond what we're doing here, because I know we will be doing that here at school, and you need to be doing that at home as well. And with that, this is the end of part 2. Thank you so much, and have yourself a great day.